statement, then we'll take questions.
I hope nobody left. And boy, I'm so proud of our football team. What resiliency they showed. We said this word, a lot of you know, poise. Since January, we knew that there'd be really high highs and lows of the season, and every single football game. A lot of people out there getting their first experience as starters, as players that have to make huge plays in that moment when we're just not just relying on one person. And they had a lot of gut checks throughout that entire football game. Really proud of our defense. I thought they came through 4 takeaways. We talked about the ball all week, how important that was going to be. Offense, we just couldn't get a lot of things going in rhythm, and that's a credit to them. When I say we're prepared for ghosts, that's what I meant. And that defense is very difficult. It's the same Syracuse defense, but instead of 265, 260 across the board up front, they're 320, 330. A little different of a system when you have those players, the length in the back end, the pressure, and not being able to prepare for exactly what you want. I thought we held our cool, though. We were poised, and we kept saying on the sideline, it's going to hit. We're going to get opportunities. We will have a chance. And nobody stopped believing on that sideline. I thought our leaders showed great resiliency, resolve, and passion for each other. I mean, a frustrated locker room's a divided locker room. A grateful locker room's connected. That team's really grateful for each other. They're rooting for each other on the sideline. There's a lot of conversations that have to happen over there that, we got to help them. We talk about elite teams, players lead. I mean, players made a ton of plays. But that doesn't mean that coaches have to be involved and push them to get them to do that. And then special teams, I mean, we weren't very good on special teams tonight at all until when it counted at the very end to win the game winner. And I love the response from Dragan, and I put him in a really tough position from that 54, 55-yarder, but that's the confidence I have in my kicker. I watch him kick 65-yarders in practice like it's nothing. So I get to see that. You've seen that. I'm going to trust our players. But there's a lot of things we can get better at. We just, again, offensively weren't in rhythm and couldn't ever get going and get the flow. We'd hit some plays, and then we'd hit a roadblock, and a lot of that had to do with the run game. But credit to them. There's 8, 9 guys in the box all the time coming from different angles and different fronts and movements and stunts. I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, if we had more weeks and have this tape, maybe it would have been a little easier, but I'm really proud of our coaches. There was a lot of coaching on the sideline, a lot of in-game adjustments. I mean, a ton. And then you take your hat off to our players. They had to go out there and make the plays, and they did. Special group of young men, special group. That was a pretty awesome locker room. I've been a part of really a lot of them. That's up there near the top because of what happened there. The 4th down throw, I mean, just nonchalantly threw it and just flicked it out there, and Daniel made a heck of a catch. So I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Just want to, take my hat off to Nebraska. Matt Rule's a heck of a football coach. And you can see a lot of people have the same beliefs on either side of the ball and how you win games. And he's got them going where they need to go. Not that they need that from me at all, but you can see a massive difference in how hard they play and the resolve and resiliency of that football team. And they've got athletes all over everybody. I mean, they were all over the place, and you had a front row seat. So we're happy to be 1-0. Open up for questions.
Can you walk us through that 4th down call and why you decided to go to Daniel like that?
Yeah, you got to go to your best player. We knew that we had to get the ball out of Ethan's hand. And, Greg, myself, and Matt were talking on the side. And the corner of the end zone, I think Ethan's really good at. I mean, he sees it really well. We had another play right before that that he just overthrew a little bit. And Daniel makes another great catch, but he's wide open. And, Ethan just said, give me another shot. Just give me another shot at it. And not that he has to ask for that, but we know that he throws those types of balls really well. And Daniel runs a really good post corner and did a tremendous job, with his force arm, balance arm, which doesn't mean anything to you, but fighting back out of that route. That is an unbelievable catch. Very difficult in a high pressure situation. And, if you kind of look at this game, I'm going to tell our team tomorrow, because I'm not going to bring up another game in there, but they'll hear this. But you look at Iowa last year, very similar situations. All your eyes just looked up like, what is he going to say about Iowa? But you look at, we're 10-10, we have a chance to come drive. Ball hits a receiver, bounce in the air. One of the best Big Ten linebacker picks it off, runs it, we lose. I mean, that team could have thought about that. That team could have thought about something like that happening. There wasn't a doubt in anybody's mind. They're all running in the huddle, we're going to go win this. But they were saying that in the 4th quarter. There were 6 total possessions in the first half. 3 for us, 3 for them. I mean, we had a double up, triple up TV timeouts because it took forever. But Daniel made a heck of a catch. This is a pretty good throw. I mean, maybe a foot more inside would have been a little better. But players make plays. I mean, that's a catch that goes on the wall forever. That's one of those catches that you guys been in my office, Randy and Andy, and you'll see that one up there because that's a special moment. Like, that's a moment. That's a catch you'll never forget.
Yeah, how good does it make you feel with players making big plays and big moments, and Justin White forcing that fumble, Newby with the pick, and then that catch you mentioned by Jackson?
It's so fun to coach a group of guys who never, ever, ever think they're out of it. And it doesn't matter in practice. You've been there. Practice, they never think they're out of it. Even if they're winning or losing practice, they never think they're out of it. I told you a long time ago I love this football team, and I love the resolve. They're a special unit. We might have different positions we've been deeper at, or we've had an All-American at a certain position, and everybody's relied on that guy. We needed everybody to be a part of this thing. But I kept saying in the huddles, I said, our best players have to make the plays. And you go back to it. Justin Wally making plays. Tyler Newbin making plays. Daniel Jackson making plays. Corey Crooms made some ton of plays today. Ethan making plays. Bryce made a big play at the end. I can't wait to watch some of the young linebackers. Remember, we didn't play with Cody Lindenberg now. You talk about their linebackers too, but we didn't play with our best defensive player, arguably, in the front seven. But I thought we just played with relentless how and energy. And, that's what players do. They make plays. Chip, you got a question? You've been here. Listen, man, you've been part of the media. You deserve your respect. Not many guys walk in that like you just did, and you get the next question. But that's how much I like your articles.
Daniel's catch, but you created difficulty on that one.
Yeah, we talked about that one already, but Andy and Randy will give you their notes. I'm sure everybody will share. Maybe one of the best catches that I've seen in 11 years when it comes down to special moments and memories. And like I said, that's a wall catch. That's a picture that goes on the wall that'll be in our home forever, and it'll be in our office forever. And you'll know what that catch was. That's one of those moments you'll be like, that's when we beat Nebraska. That's when we won 6 out of 7 in the final moments, and our team finished. And that'll be a special moment everybody talks about.
In regard to Cody, when did you know you had to hold him out?
Yeah.
Do you expect him back anytime soon?
He'll be back soon. It was frustrating. I told all of you we had a really healthy training camp. I mean, it really was. We were really lucky. And, I told you we had 0 concussions. I mean, think about that in a whole 30-day training camp, right? And he just bladed it's called a blade, just kind of dips his shoulder on an offensive lineman and just kind of hurt his leg. And it's unfortunate. It's something that's a minor injury, but there was no way we could get him in. It was about a week ago, and our training staff did a great job, everything they could to get him ready. But, they make the calls on all those things. And we'll make sure that when he's ready, he gets back on the field. But, Pierre, it shouldn't be too long.
You feel your offensive line kind of started to gel later in the game?
Later in the game, I thought early they did, and I thought late they did. I thought we had some issues in the middle, but they were doing some legit things in the middle of that game that we had to keep making adjustments to. And you got to give them credit. I mean, people were coming from everywhere, every angle, every level, every front, and there wasn't a lot that was the same. So they game planned it up. They've got a lot of film on us and what we do. We didn't have a lot on them, but we showed great resolve.
BJ, how would you evaluate Ethan's performance tonight? What do you feel like he needs to work on as the season progresses?
Oh, everything. He took a huge step in the right direction, though, because if we're expecting a quarterback to be perfect, no quarterback's ever perfect. But he showed guts. He showed determination. He showed leadership. He showed leading the football team. He showed big play moment opportunities, and he's done that before, though. That's what he does. Now, do we have to be more consistent? Absolutely. Does he have to be more fundamentally sound? Absolutely. There are a lot of times he abandoned his fundamentals a little bit, maybe too early than maybe he should, because he's a creator. But sometimes you don't have to create when you don't have to create. And but he's such a great learner, and he takes it all in. He can flush things really quickly. I think that's a gift. He doesn't hold on to things very long. I mean, he could have, on the first throw, he could have said, "Man, I missed that," or missed the next one. Nope. I mean, he throws a great ball, gives Daniel a chance, and I mean, you've seen him. I mean, he's really confident. But the technique, the accuracy, but this is something that you got to give Nebraska credit for. We all said when we got Syracuse last year in the bowl game, thank goodness we have 4 weeks to prepare. Thank goodness, right? Because you don't know who you're going to play. It's like the triple option. Thank goodness you had 4 weeks. Or in the bowl game, that if you're going to get a draw like that, good thing you have weeks. This is what's really hard about that, right? Because you don't have that exactly what they're going to do. And I thought he handled himself really well. He took some shots, made some big throws, but the whole game's going to get better.
Take two more for Coach. There was a big 3-sack sequence in the middle of that game. What were your initial impressions of the pass rush?
I liked it. They're good. And that quarterback's really good. He's not standing in one spot. He's big, he's strong, he's got a huge arm, he's really athletic. They're running option, they're running belly option, they're running quarterback draw. They're doing everything with the guy and then dropping him back. So, and he's such a creator, he can make you miss. We needed to keep him contained in the pocket, did a good job on our stunts. And I thought our guys did a good job when they had a hold of him, bringing him down, because he's a big, strong, powerful man. I thought our guys played really hard up front. Our defense played how our defense plays. I mean, for 7 years, our defense plays really hard. And, I'm really proud of them as a whole. As a D-line, they're going to grow up a lot. Remember, this is game one. You know me. I want to be way better by the end of this thing. And we got a lot of getting better to do, and we will. You had a question back there.
How much of an adjustment was it to the new rule of clock running after first down?
I don't know if it was a new rule, but darn, I tell you what. I actually looked at my watch at the end of the first half, and it was like an hour and 10 minutes. And I was like, they better have a lot of commercial time in that second half. When you have two teams like how we play, it seems like it never stops, ever. But, I mean, we've had that, the time of possession. I don't know what that actually was at the end. But it definitely made the game go faster, that's for sure. I'm not saying that's a bad rule, good rule. I'm just saying, the reason why, what people are saying why the rule is in place, I don't know necessarily what they say about that, but
We had it for 30 minutes after 20.
okay, so we won that. Andy always likes to know if we win the time of possession, so we did win that tonight. So
I have one question more for you. For so long in that game, that trick play was the difference. What is your view of that?
my view.
Or just kind of your impression of what happened.
Well, it's a hard play. I mean, it's a trick 'em, right? I mean, it's hard because Wally's in man coverage. Wally has his back turned, right? And the guy runs like a V, so an in and then a corner route, right? So he kind of goes in and then he goes to the corner. And Wally's going in. Wally turns around to look and the ball's on the ground. Well, he thinks it's incomplete pass. He doesn't know that's the quarterback. He's covering his man. Turns around, ball's on the ground, no whistle. He kind of gets up. Kid picks it up and throws it. I mean, it's a backward pass. It's legal to throw it forward. I'm sure that's not how they drew it up, right? But that was a heck of a play by them. And that was one of the things that shifted the tide right there.
We've been asking you for months. You ready to name your offensive play caller yet?
Yeah. I mean, take it easy, Adam, you know? But Greg Harbaugh calls the plays. So he did a really good job tonight. And I mean it, because that's a very, very difficult defense with the preparation we were given. And I give him a lot of credit because he stayed really poised. I mean, really poised. This word poised, you're going to hear me say it all year, so get used to it. Make a T-shirt because, we're going to say it all year. He was really poised. Matt was really poised. Greg works with the quarterbacks. I'd like the play caller to work with the quarterbacks. That's what I've always preferred. And Matt's called plays before. Our kids our staff's having babies all the time. If Greg has another baby, then Matt will call plays. Matt has another baby. I mean, it's just they're having babies left and right. So, but I'm really proud of him tonight because that's a tough one to make your first debut in the Power 5 as a coordinator, and it was cool. I wrote him a letter last night. I have a tendency to do that, and hopefully he remembers that the rest of his life because that's a heck of a game one being the coordinator in the Power 5 at the University of Minnesota. And I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for Coach Rossi and the defensive staff. They did what they do. And don't you think for 1 second, I ever take that for granted. I mean, we play complementary football. It's not offense versus defense or defense isn't doing this, offense is doing this, ever, never. We'll never have that type of team. We've done that for 11 years. We play complementary football. And the way we play offense, I'd like to execute a little more. But the way we play offense complements our defense. And we just got to get some things cleaned up. Now we know what we can and cannot do. What do we do well? Where we're going to clean up. The old saying is you get better from week 1 to week 2. I don't necessarily believe that. I think you keep getting better every week, but this is the next challenge we have. Get on a plane, go recruiting tomorrow. Back at it. So I want to thank all of our recruits that were here today and everybody watching. So, and all the alumni. Last thing I'll say is that locker room was packed with alumni. People before me, people in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Mohammed Ibrahim was there. I almost grabbed him and said, get in there. And he was standing by me at one point. It was just a really eerie feeling. You got Mohammed Ibrahim standing next to you, not in uniform, and couldn't do anything to help you. We'll get better. Proud to be 1-0. Really, really thankful to all of you who are here. Want to thank last thing. I'm sorry. This is really important because what a crowd. What a crowd. Sold out, gold out. Thank Mark Coyle, his entire staff. Erzbicki, Mills, marketing team. Just can't thank you guys enough for creating the environment that you do because it wasn't like that 7 years ago. And I just want to say thank you to all of you and our fans, our band, our student body. Have fun tonight, but everybody be really smart. Everybody got it? Brother Boat, Sky Imago, Gophers. Thanks, everybody.
Ethan, you kind of walk us through that fourth down play call and
Yeah, we just got a lot of trust in Daniel. I think the coaching staff and, I've talked about this all year since January. We're going to get the ball to the playmakers. And, we trust Daniel with the ball in his hands, and, he's going to make that play. So.
your perspective on it.
Yeah, I love the play call. It came down to, fundamentals and details. It's fourth down, so, they're at an all-time high. So fundamentals and details, and then just came down to executing, and that's what we did. So.
Did you have any doubt yourself?
Oh no, there's no doubt in anything. Everything is like we did in practice. We're gonna go out there and give it our all.
How about that first down one where you ran out for the catch? They rolled it out of bounds. Do you think you had that one?
Yeah, I feel like I had that one. It would have been like a snapshot, one of those snapshots, but I feel like I had it. But hey, it's also a next play mentality, so we knew we were gonna have more chances. It wasn't the fourth down right there, so we knew we had more chances to go get it. So.
Daniel, how long have you perfected that post corner route?
We run it often in practice. I won't say. There's always stuff to get better at, but I ran a good route. And I had the DB bite on it, and it was, I'd say, perfect.
Daniel, what did a moment like that mean to you with the game on the line like that, to make a catch like that?
I'm happy I could do it for my brothers, and I can come through when my number is called, and it feels really good. It feels the word knowing we went out there and executed and finished the game strong.
Perspective, why was it a struggle to run the football for you guys tonight?
I don't think it was a struggle. I think the game and the coaches called for us to throw more. At the end, you saw Sean Tyler's huge run to put us in field goal range. That was awesome. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was a struggle. I think the coaches and the game called for us to throw a little bit more tonight.
Ethan, how big of a challenge is that defensive scheme where you have so much movement and different fronts and nothing's really the same from play to play?
Yeah, I want to give a lot of credit to Nebraska. I also said all week, I got a ton of respect for them. I want to give credit to our scout team, too. They gave us great looks all week. Players on the scout team, they don't get any credit, but they do give us really good looks. And, it is. You just got to, know our offense and know how we do things and perfect it. So when you don't know exactly what they're doing, that's the time when you got to say, okay, we know our offense. We've done it now for a long time, and we just got to go execute. There were some things, missed throws that I had that, we're going to correct for sure. But, once again, I'm just really proud of the team because we responded very well. We had a lot of poise in those situations where, it might have been a little confusing, but, we just kept getting back up, kept responding, and that's why I'm so proud of this team.
Tell us the lead up to your kick at the end.
So it was actually before Nubin's pick. I told Croft, I'm like, Croft, be ready. We're gonna have another opportunity to go out there. Newman gets the pick. Offense does what they do. Got us in the field goal range, and from there everything went black. That's the moment. It's the moment kickers dream of, is a nice walk-off field goal like that. So being able to get that done, shout out the O-line and everybody for the protection, Brady for the snap, Crawford for the hold, and then just getting that big victory. It's very good. I like it.
What's your mindset there after you went out there for the 54-yarder that had plenty of leg, but you missed left? Any doubt in your mind at that point?
No doubt. No, I want to be perfect, obviously, but perfection is hard to come by. So being able to eliminate those misses, those obviously as a kicker you don't want to miss. So being able to eliminate it, forget about it, the next play mindset, having great teammates around me that are like, hey, bounce back, let's go. Ethan came up to me, he's like, hey, we're going to need you to respond. So just having guys like that, it makes missing a lot easier. Obviously you don't want to miss, but when it does happen, it's not as hard for me to take in.
Yeah, one for both Ethan and Daniel. 16 targets to Daniel today. What has that relationship been like, and how have you guys built that throughout the time in camp?
I think it started last year, honestly. We just have such a good relationship off the field. And I know where he's got, like, I trust that if it's one-on-one and he's not open, I'm going to give him the ball. Because obviously he proves it. He's proven to everybody that he can make plays in big-time moments. I mean, that wasn't a good ball for me on that fourth down. He was wide open. But for him to make a catch like that, that's why we call plays to him. So I was just laughing with him about it. It wasn't a good ball, honestly. But, there's still a lot of more things we could work on. There's some things that I didn't really do well tonight. There's some things he's going to tell you that he didn't do well. But it's all about responding. It's all about getting better. And that just strengthens our relationship on and off the field. So.
Yeah, we go into practice that every day, like it's a Big Ten championship. We got a strong mindset, and we have strong trust within each other. And every day at practice, we go out, and like he said, our relationship off the field, that also, helps with it, knowing that you can trust the guy to be where he's supposed to be and when he's supposed to be there. And I trust Ethan 100% where he's going to put the ball where it needs to be. And just at practice, just building on that relationship consistently, rep after rep, and that just makes moments like today just a little bit more special.
Ethan, obviously Harbaugh is your position coach, but he's also the play caller. How does that kind of help knowing that he's in the room with you on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, the way he works, I think, also gives me so much more confidence. I was so confident going out there today because I knew that whatever he called was because of what he's seen, and I went out there and I was like, this is exactly what we were studying. This is, most of the time, they also brought some things that, we haven't seen, but the way he works, the way he's prepared us, because he played quarterback, so the way he prepared us, he knows the quarterback position. It's really a blessing. I'm super grateful for him. I have a very, very, very good relationship with him. And he's just a really good coach. There's really no other way to explain it. The things he's done for me and helped me grow is just, very exciting. But, there's a lot of mistakes I made tonight, but I can't wait to go back, watch him, and he's going to help me become better. So.
Obviously some big plays from the defense, particularly the turnovers. How did you guys view those takeaways?
I was waiting for someone to ask me. Thank the defense. I love our defense so much.
We love our defense.
Have to shout out Dragon too. Didn't even give him a shout out. Shout out to my dog.
It's all good.
Man, Noob, Wally. Gosh, our defense is special. Every year it's special, man. Noob's a special player. I mean, we all know that. Noob's a special player. Wally's a special player.
Yeah, they consistently got us better throughout training camp. So, we got to give credit to them to where we are right now.
PJ said that he came up to you, I don't remember when, maybe late in the fourth quarter, and said, hey, I need you to kind of lead at this moment. Walk you through kind of that point.
Yeah, I feel like we train to be in moments like this. This is how we're prepared. So it's all credit to Coach Fleck and the staff. And the strength coaches, Coach Nickel, we're trained for big moments like this. The fourth down, the way we condition, the way we work out, the way we practice. You guys have all been in our practice. I mean, it's always in big moments with a ton of noise. That's what we prepare for. So I had to give all credit to them because I'm confident enough to be like, hey, now I got to lead. Now it's, there's going to be other guys that lead too, but, I got to lead too, and I know that that's just what I have to do. It's very easy to do, though, when we're trained to do that. So.
Ethan, can you speak to the transfer addition in Corey Crooms and what it was like playing with him today and what you saw from him?
Yeah, I mean, I love playing with Corey. I said this a couple weeks ago, but, I got a great relationship with him. Not only Corey, but Sean, too, Spence. I mean, they all made huge plays tonight in critical moments in the game. I'm super blessed to have them here. And I'm super thankful for them. They're really good players, as you guys, know. Yeah, they're huge additions for sure.
Take one or two more.
Daniel, there's obviously a Crab's catch against Fresno State early on in the 2019 season. Did he mention anything to you kind of about that? I know it's literally just.
Yeah, no, funny you ask, because Coach Fleck definitely made a joke about it in the locker room. He said something about how they was happy Crab didn't wear a size 15 and he would have stepped out, but happy I wear kind of a bigger size, so I was able to get that toe down in the ground. So kind of different, viewpoints of each situation, but we both came down and receivers make plays, so that's what we do.
What size do you wear?
I wear a size like 12. Yeah.
So one final question, and everyone else set? All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Justin Wally and Tyler Newman in here in a moment.
Yeah, I was just in the post. They had ran a similar play to that a couple plays before, but we were in too high, so I wasn't able to make a play on the ball. But I just read his eyes and broke on the ball, made a play.
Newman, you made a really big play in the special teams as well on a kickoff. Can you talk about why it's important for you to be in those situations?
Yeah, 100%. We believe all three phases are important here in this program, and so we treat those just like offense and defense. Like if you're playing special teams, you're a starter on this team. So just taking that mindset and trying to spread it to everybody, I think that's just my way of leading by example and just showing how important special teams are. Because you could see that special teams almost changed the game today. So just important.
Out of the game for a little bit and then came back later in the game. Did you finish the game at 100%? Was it injury related? How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling good now. I cramped up a little bit, but I had to shake back and respond. But yeah, I feel good now. I'm good.
Just, you take us through the turnover you forced?
Oh, but we practiced punch tackle so much that it was really instinctual. He really wasn't really looking at me, and the ball was out, so I just punched it out and made a play.
Either of you have a good view of Daniel's game-tying catch?
I did not, but I saw the replay and it was ridiculous. Like that, and the thing is though, it didn't really surprise anybody because that's what he does every day. We've seen that from him all throughout camp, all throughout spring ball. So it didn't really surprise us, but it was sick, for sure.
Can you talk about Trevellyn Jones' interception in the end zone and a big crucial part of the game?
Yeah, it was a big play, man. He read the eyes, sank back, really helped me out too because I was kind of out leveraged a little bit. So yeah, I thank him for that one. But yeah, he's a ball player, man. He made a great play.
The way in which you guys won today, what does that say, in your opinion, about the resiliency of this team and the will to win? Really, even when maybe the game wasn't as pretty as maybe you wanted it to be.
Right. So the main thing that we've been talking about all season is the word poise, and having poise in every single situation, whether it's good or bad. So we've been working on that in spring ball, fall camp, putting ourselves in tough situations and having to respond to that. So it's really just a culmination of all the work that we've been putting in, working on that poise, working on that being able to be level-headed in tough situations. We were backed up on the goal line a couple of times. That takes poise to be able to make a play. Offense was struggling a little bit. That takes poise for them to be able to move the ball down the field and get points. So, it's just a culmination of everything we've been working on.
The only thing they really got on you guys was that trick play, and it was botched and then went.
Yeah.
Wally, can you kind of walk us through kind of the oddness of what happened on that one?
Yeah, it was really odd, but we play our rules. We can play that play. We got to be better, but we learned from it though. We responded, and that was the biggest. The biggest message on the sideline was just respond from it and get better. And you see the next couple of drives, when they got stops.
Tyler, Coach Fleck said a lot of in-game adjustments were made out impressive is it from your perspective as a player to see how quickly the coaches can identify the adjustments and then relay them to you?
Yeah, I think we got the best defensive staff in the nation, hands down. That's not just bias. I think that the way that we approach the season and the things that we do and the things that we put in fall camp, things that we're working on, adjustments that we're already working on in fall camp that we might not use down the line, it really helps us because it's really easy to put in those adjustments. It's not just all, our coaches being able to do that. Like, they have us going through these adjustments all throughout fall camp. So all he has to do is say, all right, we're going to do this now. We're like, okay, because we've already been working on it for the whole year. So it's really a testament to our process and how we do things. And, Coach Ross, he's really got it tight with that.
Obviously, not having Cody was a big change for the defense. How did you feel like the young guys stepped up in their first starts?
I feel like it was next man up mentality, and the guys came up. Even with Devin Williams, this is his first time playing college football, as a starter.
Maverick.
He had Maverick, and they went out there and balled. So just a testament to show how hard these guys work in the offseason and how much they put on their plate, how much they can handle. They're just ball players, though.
You talked about the second pick, but what's it like to see the payoff with the game-winning field goal, knowing that it took all three phases to win, and when you made that interception, is it in your mind just like, oh, we're winning this game now?
Yeah, I was just happy for Dragon. I had all confidence in the world that he was going to make that kick. He's been working on it and working on those deep kicks all summer, all spring. So I was just really happy to see him get that.
I imagine you come back for this season for these moments, primetime game,
right.
Gold out, Gus Johnson on the call.
Yep.
What did this kind of mean to you?
Man, it meant everything, man. This is what, like you said, what I came back for. It's always been a dream of mine to make a play and have Gus Johnson's high-pitched voice on the TV screen. So I'm gonna have to definitely watch that one back. But yeah, it means the world, man, and it means more that I'm able to do it for these guys that work so hard next to me every single day. I see, especially this guy right here, man, the blood, sweat, and tears that he's put in. The guys in our defense, bro, it just makes me want to play that much harder, for real.
Can you both talk to the depth and the trust that you have in that secondary, too? Tariq Watson came in and played some minutes. Goolsby came in and played some minutes. Just talk about the depth in that room.
Yeah, I've been talking about this all year. We got dogs on this defense, and we got guys that are hungry and ready to play. And we got guys that work their butts off, man. Everybody's working and studying and preparing like they're a starter, even if they're not the starter. Maybe if they don't even think they were going to get in. AG didn't think he was going to get in today, but he was prepared like he was going to start. So it was just, I wouldn't say easy, but it was easier for him to be able to fill that role just because of how he's been preparing, how he's been working. And that's hands down everybody on the defense. Everybody does that. Tariq do that. Tyler Bride does that. Guys that you maybe didn't see tonight, they're preparing that same way. So if one guy goes down, it's going to be the next man up every time.
Gus wasn't the only one that made a call. Grim called 2 interceptions.
Yeah. Grim did call that the other day. Yeah, I think it's all because of him. It's all him. I'm just gonna put it on Mike. Mike got me those 2 picks today. So I appreciate it, Mike Grim.
Do you honestly believe him when he says that?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I told him he was right. I could have told him I was gonna get 2 picks, but he said it first, so it's whatever. He got it.
Any more questions? Yeah. Where does that moment rank? Just that game-winning field goal, sold-out crowd, and at home as well. Just like for both of you, that win for you. Where does that rank in moments in football?
I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty high up there. I'm not gonna lie. Just the amount of adversity we had to overcome, having guys go down, just like I said, having adversity and being able to overcome it and finish it in that way in front of our home crowd, couldn't ask for anything better, honestly.
I say the same. We had a lot of guys go down, guys stepped up. So really a team effort this game. Even when the offense struggling a little bit, defense, we had their backs. And we struggled, they had our backs. So we all know, we in this together, and just that the camaraderie we had, that's what put it up top for me.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.